Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. It is Sat Chat time. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great weekend. The sun is shining today, guys. It's very exciting because it's been rainy all week and misty and just kind of damp. Everything's getting moldy. Everything's just saturated around here. The landscape is very lush. Everything is very green, but man, it has been a very rainy spring and summer here in Maine so far. So we get some nice sunshine today, and that just pumps me right up, man. And what also is pumping me up is some really exciting news that I have to share, and I'm a little nervous to share it, honestly. It's a huge big deal. It's a huge big thing, and I'm super excited. I don't know what you guys are gonna think though, but I'm just gonna tell you. I've been working on this for a couple of months, and it looks like it's happening. Well, I mean, that's up to you. That's up to if anybody else wants to join me on this this adventure. So next year, the middle of May next year, I'm going to France for a week. I'm having an art retreat, and it's at this gorgeous property in the south of France. And there are gardens, there's orchards, there is a converted barn that is an art studio. There's saltwater pool, there is even a hot tub there for relaxing, for maxing and relaxing after a hard day of painting, flour on your face, you know, like the woman from the Rice Krispies commercials, you know, you've been painting all day. It's taking it out of you. You just need to relax. Oh, we're gonna have so much fun. It's going to be awesome. There's only 16 spots available, so I just wanted to let you guys know first. I feel like the Sat Chat community are my peeps. They are my diehards. You know, we catch up in the comments every week, and I just figured if I want anyone to have first dibs, it's you guys. So I'm going to put a link in the video description if you want to find out all the details. I'm also going to put the email for Uptrek. They are the people that are hosting the art retreat. They do art retreats all day, all night. That's what their job is. They just book art retreats. They have 9 different properties throughout Europe, and when I was looking at the different options, I was like, man, this one looks really good. I love that there were so many plein air locations right there without leaving the resort, and that there were indoor facilities for painting. There's gourmet chefs. They cater to all of your food dietary requirements. The food is all included in the trip. The only meal that's not included is when we do the all-day excursion to Elbe, which is where the Toulouse-Lautrec Museum is. You're on your own for lunch that day, but the excursions are fully chaperoned. And don't worry, I'm not your chaperone. I know we would get mugged, so don't worry. They actually have like a legitimate, you know, person that speaks the language. And I'm gonna brush up on my French though. I took 2 years of it in high school. I hardly remember anything, but my grandmother spoke fluent French, so when I was taking it, I would try to talk to her a bit. It was Canadian French, so I'm sure it's different, but still. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And what else? It's also round trip, what do you call it? Ride? Round trip. Travel from the airport to the resort and back again. 7 nights, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great. And we got like a half-day excursion to a botanical garden, which we'll be able to paint on location. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Let me first tell you what we're going to do first. What we're going to do. We are going to make a sketchbook. We're going to make a beautiful sketchbook on our first, like, kind of break the ice, get together, get to know. We're going to know each other beforehand because there's going to be a private Facebook group where we're going to just be kind of like introducing each other, chit chat and stuff for the like, you know, year leading up to the retreat. So we're all going to know each other pretty well by then. But I figured that would be a really good icebreaker. So they're gonna supply the 100% cotton watercolor paper to make a gorgeous sketchbook, and then in that sketchbook we'll be able to sketch whatever we want. We'll be able to take it with us to the botanical gardens, do some botanical painting there. Also, we'll take tons of photos with our phones because we'll want to have that for our memories and all sort of work from if we have like a spare moment and we don't have anything planned. And then, you know, we can paint architecture when we're in Elbe, or we're going to go to a wine tasting, you guys. That's another one of our excursions. And we're just going to be so busy absorbing the beauty of France, and we're going to be drinking wine. We're going to be enjoying food, folks, and fun, beautiful company. I just can't wait. And I know it's not for everyone. I know it's a huge deal. It's a trip of a lifetime. I mean, it's a trip of a lifetime for me. So I'm sure it's a trip of a lifetime for anyone that gets to go to France. It's going to be so exciting and so beautiful and so fun, and we get to paint, and it's going to be time for us, you know? So if that's interesting to you, I know it's a bit pricey. Of course, we're going overseas. But if you want more information, there's a link in the video description, and I hope that you'll consider joining me. I think it's gonna be like a week-long art slumber party. I mean, oh my gosh, can you imagine? It's gonna be so much fun. I need to get a beret. I've got a scarf. Actually, I had a scarf that I was gonna wear, and I could not find it, so this is actually like a really lightweight poncho that I tied up, just try to look like a fancy French person, but I don't know. I'm probably failing miserably, but at least I feel Parisian. I don't know. I feel fancy. I feel excited. That's what I feel. I feel super excited to paint with you in France for a week. A week! Oh my gosh, how exciting. That's gonna be so fun. So anyway, I've been a little nervous to spill the beans about it because, you know, I'm sure there'll be somebody out there like, really, Lindsay, a trip to France? That's not frugal. No, it isn't. It isn't. But I think I'm gonna make sure you get your money's worth, because I mean, the food, the folks, the fun, the painting, the sights, the sounds, the smells, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. And we're going with a trusted outfit that has been doing these workshops all over Europe and Morocco too. And they know what they're doing. They have really great customer retention, customer satisfaction. Half the people that take a workshop will come back and take another one, or maybe it was even a higher percentage. They have really great customer satisfaction ratings. Maybe they said half will come and take it within like the next time that instructor books again. But anyway, if you have any questions that I can't answer, I'll have that email down there for UpTrek, and you can reach out to them, and they are really, really friendly, really responsive, and I am so excited. I am so excited. I'm so thankful that they reached out to me, and I really want to paint with you in France. I hope you want to paint with me in France. I hope I mean, yeah, 16 people. That's the limit. So you know you're not going to be in a huge classroom where you're not going to get individual attention. It's an intimate setting. That's what I prefer. I mean, I feel like I'm a social butterfly, but I'm also not like a huge crowd person. I'm definitely more of like an intimate setting person. So it's going to be fun. I'm really excited to like taste actual French food. I mean, I hear it's like the best in the world. And since they will accommodate my vegan diet, I don't even have to worry about like not being able to say the right words. So, and I don't want to be a picky American, you know? I don't want to come across as obnoxious. Oh guys, I'm going to have to work on not being obnoxious, which is going to be hard because I'm kind of out there sometimes, but I think I can behave myself. At least when we're out and about on our excursions, I can behave myself, and there'll be an actual chaperone, so I'm excited. So yeah, I'll have a promo on this in a few days, but I just wanted to give you guys first crack at it if anybody is interested and wants to, you know, have their pick of rooms and whatnot. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I mean, honestly, I feel like, and this is probably going to sound like totally trite and lame, and you're like, ew, Lindsay, you're so gross. But I feel like we did this together. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys coming back every week, watching my videos, subscribing, chatting, commenting, if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't have these opportunities. It's because of you guys, and I am so grateful for that. So thank you. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you. I know I probably sound like gross, but thanks. I do mean it so much. So what else? This has been a pretty busy week. How far are we? We're only 8 minutes in. Okay. So those of you that have skipped across that shameless plug, hello, welcome, SatChat. Skip ahead if you don't want the shameless. I think I'm done with the shameless promotions. Now it's just the less shameless. I don't know. So big week in adulting for Lindsay. My driver's license needed to be renewed. So and I dread going to the DMV. I think I'm just like shell shocked from like 3 kids getting the driver's licenses in just such a short time span. Like I never want to go back to the DMV as long as I live. But driver's license needed to be renewed. I got the handy dandy little card in the mail, and I thought, I usually go to the AAA because I can just get in, get out. It's very easy. But I'm like, I've never been able to do it online. I've checked before, but for whatever reason, I was in like one of those years where like, I think it's like every other time you have to have it renewed, you need to do an eye test maybe. And anyway, it wasn't an eye test year. I was looking at the card. I'm like, I think I can do this online. So I went online, 5 minutes. I had my driver's license renewed. So I was totally excited about that. I just want to let you guys know, if you didn't know you could do that, sometimes you can renew online. And if you didn't know about AAA, you don't have to be a AAA member to go into AAA and renew your driver's license. So I just wanted to give you that that heads up if you also do not like going to the DMV. And if you're a DMV worker out there, I have nothing against you. I think anybody I've dealt with at the DMV is absolutely fine. It's just, it's always been a long wait, and I think now there's appointments so you don't even have to wait, so it's probably not even bad anymore. But you know, you just get that in your head and you're like, I don't want to do that. So adulting goal, adulting level number 1, accessed. I got my driver's license renewed, and I got printed out my little temporary one. I imagine it would come before my birthday. But if it doesn't, I got my little temporary one. And I thought, you know, because sometimes I like to go to the beach. I always like to go to the beach, but I don't like to bring my whole wallet when I go to the beach. So I just take some cash and stick it in this little flat, it's like a handmade one from a craft store. It's just this little flat, neat little wallet my mom gave me that she bought at a craft store, a craft show. And I'll just put like, you know, $20 and my driver's license in there. And I'm like wondering if I could put my temporary driver's license and my old driver's license in there and keep my actual driver's license in my actual wallet. Because, I don't know, I tend to just go without my driver's license, but I'm like, that's probably not a wise idea if I get pulled over. Although I've always had my driver's license number memorized since I first got it when I was 17. Because when you used to write checks back in the day, you'd have to write your driver's license number on it. So I memorized it. So that's really probably more information than you need, but I did that, so I felt really good about that. I didn't have to go to the DMV or AAA, but I wanted to let you know in case you didn't know about that. Back in the day, though, you could go to Rite Aid, and they'd even do the photos and everything there, which was super handy. But that's, I think when they got the fancy holograms on your driver's licenses, they stopped allowing that sort of nonsense because it was too easy to forge, apparently. So after that, so then I also had to follow up on, like I told you last week, I let the girls go to get their teeth cleaned without me. I just sent them off to the dentist on their own. They're 18 years old. It's not like I'm sending off 12-year-olds. I mean, they're adults. Cut the cord, Lindsay, right? So one of my girls needed a referral because she had this like popping sound in her jaw and there was no pain, but we just want to make sure there wasn't anything wrong. So I made that appointment. We got that all taken care of. Everything's fine. You know what I learned though? They said chewing gum is bad. Did you know chewing gum is bad? I did not know that. I'm a gum chewer. I talk a lot. I'm recording myself a lot, so I don't chew that frequently, but I like to chew some cinnamon gum. I don't know what it is. I love cinnamon gum and I chew it. And I chew Trident because I figured that was good for your teeth because it's sugar-free, like, you know, and I am like a big flosser, brusher, and sugar-free gum chewer. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna wear my teeth out. And the dentist was like, you know, whenever you're not eating and you're using your teeth like that, I mean, that just wears them down. That's just like your body isn't designed to chew gum all the time. Your body's designed to eat when you eat and, you know, the rest of the time not bear down on things. And so they were saying like stress or like gum chewing, things like that could actually cause you to have like a popping in your jaw because you're overworking it more than what your jaw is meant to be worked. So I did not know that. So public service announcement, don't chew gum. I'm probably going to have the gum lobby on my back. Watch, probably an ad for Extra is going to come on, or Trident or something will probably come on the screen now. The reason I chew the cinnamon gum is I feel like the flavor lasts a lot longer and doesn't get as hard as like as mint gums. But I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna cut the cord. I'm cutting the cord. I'm cutting that bad habit off. I guess if you were a smoker and you switch to chewing gum, that would be much better. Or if you're like trying to get rid of a bad habit, like biting your nails or something, and you're switching to gum for a while, I mean, lesser two evils, apparently. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Ask your own dentist. I'm just relaying information. It's hearsay. Honestly, go to the source. Don't trust somebody on the internet. Seriously. What else did I do this week? So I made that appointment. So I felt good about that because I hate making doctor's appointments. I dread it. I literally dread making doctor's appointments. I don't know why it bothers me so much. So after the dentist, we had to have Maisie's car inspected, and so I dropped her off to get her car, and she was going to go to the gym and do a bunch of stuff too. And I'm like, well, I got some errands I want to do. I had to do groceries, and also I had an idea. So this marker case right here, every week I get somebody asking me where I bought it and where they can get one. And I bought, this is actually two different displays, and actually it was divided and had little like plexiglass labels on it, and I pulled those off. And this was from a scrapbook store that was going out of business, Nancy's Scrapbooking, and I got it probably like, I'm gonna guess around 18 years ago, maybe 16. I'm trying to think of how old my girls were when that store closed. But I bought these two racks. They were like $10, and they've been so great for storing markers. And I would love to buy more, but I can't find them anywhere. And I even looked for like you know, I would search pen displays. I searched all sorts of things to see if I could find anything that like a consumer could buy, that like you wouldn't have to be buying like thousands of dollars worth of pens in it to get it, you know, and I couldn't find anything. So I was watching another video. It was a YouTube creator. She's really funny. She's called Vivian Tries, and she just reviews like crap from the dollar store basically, and she's a riot. And she was doing this video on how to kind of make your bathroom all chic and pretty with stuff from the Dollar Tree. And she showed these acrylic, actually I thought they were like cheap styrene. Like this is just, that's not acrylic. That's kind of like I don't know what it is, but it's not, this feels like a better plastic. She showed these little divided containers. And I thought I could take a bunch of these and I could glue them together and make a rack similar to that. So I bought 10 of these. So can you see how big they are? Let's see, this is my hand. This is my hand with a container on it. So it's about the size of my hand. I don't have very big hands, but still, it's about the size of my hand. I did peel the sticker off one of these, and the sticker came off really cleanly. I guess if you had problems with that, you could very gently heat it with your heat tool, and that would help the adhesive come off. But look at this. I mean, really, it came off really clean. It's very clear acrylic. So I'm going to try making a rack, and I'll probably put my my water-based pens in it. Or maybe I'll do my my acrylic paint pens. I'm not sure. But, or maybe I'll probably stage it with some actual, just like a set of markers, just so you can see how it would look if you used your regular, I feel like my camera's weird, if you used your regular stuff. But I love this top. I feel like it's very French. And check out this skirt. Isn't this skirt cute? This is, it's from Hollister, and the girls had it in their Goodwill bag. It's got pockets, guys. It's got pockets. Pockets, we love pockets. And I'm like, hold on, mine now. Goodwill bag, no, I'm keeping that. I'm such a hobo. I do. I totally go through my kids' Goodwill bags before they go off to donate them to see if there's anything I want. Mine now, mine now, mine now. This I actually bought. I know it looks like something a teenager would wear, but you know what? I don't think like I think we should dress however the heck we want to. That's what I think. Way too much ageism going on. Way too much of that. Dress how you want to dress. Dress how you feel good. You know, if you feel good in it, wear it. That's the only rule for dressing at any age, in my opinion. And that's what I have to say about that. So after I went to the Dollar Tree, oh, and this was crazy. If you live in Bangor, I figured I was going to have to go to like every Dollar Tree in Bangor and Brewer to get enough of these to make a case. And so I'm like, well, I was on Hammond Street, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go, because I have to go through downtown, I have to go do groceries and go back home. So I'm just gonna stop at that newer Dollar Tree that is on the corner of Union and 3rd Street, and that is the most organized Dollar Tree I have ever been in. It was beautiful. Everything was so clean and organized. I was so surprised. Because it seems like it's a smaller store, but I mean, there weren't like stuff lying around. It was just beautiful. I don't know if they have extra workers there or they just try extra hard, and I asked if they knew where like the clear organizers were, and they took me right to them. It was amazing. It was amazing. So such a good store there. And so there was this bookshop that I'd been meaning to check out, and apparently they've been there for like 40 years, called Pro Libre's Books, and it's on 3rd Street. And I never get to that end. I haven't been to that part of town since like I was in my 20s, because it's that part of town, that's kind of where everyone gets their first apartment, and you generally don't have much reason to go there once you're beyond the age of 25, I think. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that, because whatever. So it's a part of town that I don't frequent, and but there was this bookstore that I didn't realize still was open, and I thought they used to be downtown, but I was confused with another bookstore that went out of business. Anyway, this bookshop, Pro Libras, it looks like it's run by like an old hippie. It's chock-a-block full of books, and it was raining and just overcast, and I'm like, don't you want to just be perusing an old bookstore when it's raining? That's just perfect. Rainy days are meant for slow perusals in old bookstores. And I bought 2 books. I got The Potter's Companion, and it goes all about like wheel throwing and hand building and stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's going home with me. It is so fabulously 70s. I absolutely love it. Look at this. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm gonna buy that book, and I also bought the Field Guide to Mushrooms, the Audubon Society Field Guide to North American Mushrooms. I love the Audubon Society books. I love to like open them up and find, like I love to like kind of flip through and find the mushroom that I see, or the bird that I see, or the mammal that I see. And I thought this would be just really great for reference images as well, when I need to add something to a painting, or I just want more information about something I found in my backyard. Like, will this kill me if I eat it? You know? Or am I going to have a very interesting day if I eat it? No, I don't eat strange mushrooms, but if I wanted to, that's just the perfect information to have. And just the fact that it was sold to me by a long-haired hippie, I love it. I love it. So good. Actually, I don't know if he's a hippie or not, but it does seem like a interesting character. And it was fun. It was fun. I'm going to go back. I've been meaning to go there. Every time I think of it, it's like a Sunday, and then they're not open. They're not open Sunday or Mondays. But that was Pro Libra's bookstore, 3rd Street, Bangor, Maine, next to the cleanest Dollar Tree I've ever been into. And it's also a pretty decent Japanese restaurant right in that vicinity. Although the last time I ate there was last summer, and I wasn't terribly impressed, but I think it was just an off day. So what else? Oh, I should look at my list. I had all kinds of things to talk about. Let's see. Oh, and I've been helping mentor a friend in his business, and that's been really fun and exciting and rewarding. And hopefully he will make us some gorgeous watercolor palettes soon. So I will keep you up to date. And it's, you know what, the great thing about mentoring somebody and helping somebody is that, it's not completely altruistic, because when you teach somebody, you're also learning yourself. And if I see struggles that I'm having, you know, when you see a struggle somebody else is having, you can automatically identify it to a struggle that you've had. And then not only can you give advice to help them in their struggle, but you can help yourself in your own struggle too. I'm a big believer in, you don't give advice unless it's advice you are taking yourself. You don't tell somebody to do something you're not willing to do. If you're going to give it, you better live it, is my motto. And it was my father's motto. That's how I was raised. My parents are both entrepreneurs. They've had businesses. They have a very successful home building, contracting business, and then they still have a very successful lumber yard. And their motto was, you do not hire somebody to do something that you would not be willing to do yourself. And that's always stuck with me. It's like, don't ask somebody to do something that you're not willing to do yourself, because that's how you stay grounded and authentic, and you keep from being some, you know, big jerk boss that, you know, is out of touch. You've got to, if you're going to give advice to somebody, you need to give advice that you've personally lived. And I feel like if you're going to take advice from somebody, you should, you know, if somebody's giving you advice, telling you what you should and shouldn't do, you got to see what they do. How are they living their life? Are they living their life like that? Or are they just doling out advice and they're not willing to do the work themselves? You definitely have to, you can weigh your advice. Like when I get comments, I get a lot of comments giving me advice. And I really have to say, really? Well, let me go check out your page and see if you're following that advice, because don't give advice unless you're willing to take it yourself. I get a lot of, you should do this, you should do that. And I feel like saying, have you done that? Really? Well, how did it work out for you? You know, a lot of times people will tell other people to do something because they're too lazy to do it themselves, and they want to see how it works out. Or they know they should be doing it, but they lack I don't know, the discipline to do it themselves. And, you know, ideas are cheap. Everyone has ideas. People have ideas all the time. It's, do you act on those ideas? Do you do those ideas? Do you see if those ideas actually work? Otherwise, it's just cheap talk, you know? So advice, if you're going to give it, you better live it. That's what I want you to take away from this today, and paint with me in France. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I think it's going to be, I love to see my friends succeed. And, yeah. Oh, and speaking of friends, we went paddleboarding. I went paddleboarding with another friend on Friday, and it was so much fun. We had a ball. And, I got out there with the paddleboard. I realized I hadn't eaten all day, and I'm like, oh my goodness. But luckily I must have had some sort of energy stores that I worked from, because it was so much fun. And we saw a heron. heron or an egret, a heron, I think. I always get the two mixed up. And lots of red-winged blackbirds, and there was, I don't know if it was fish jumping or something. I was seeing something splash in the water, but it was so much fun and lots of good laughs. And so so I always, it's fun when you have friends that will be like, yeah, sure, when you have some harebrained plan. So Karen came over with her SUV, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure we can take my hard-shelled paddleboard and we can put it in your car and just let it dangle out the back. And then we're going to put my blow-up paddleboard, uninflated, on top to weigh it down. And there's also a rope on my hard-shell paddleboard, and I'm going to sit in the front seat and I'm going to hold the rope and you're going to drive. And the hatch is open, so it's like beeping the entire time, so it's really hard to concentrate. And, you know, we're laughing. I'm hanging onto the rope, and I'm like, well, if you know, poop hits the fan, I'm just dropping the rope, and, you know, the paddleboard will be a loss. But, and meanwhile, of course, we're not letting our husbands in on any of this plan, because we know there's going to be naysaying if they saw this sort of scenario play out. But we got there. It was fine. We got back. It was fine. But it was kind of funny. And then she actually ended up ordering a blow-up paddleboard, so we'll actually be able to go on paddleboard adventures in the convertible, and we won't even have to bring an SUV. But anyways, I thought that was kind of funny, because it's when I told my husband about that trip later, he was like, "What, you held the rope? What?" I'm like, yeah, it's fine. You know, I'd let go if anything went down that was like, you know, sketchy, that, you know, was dangerous. But yeah, so where are they going from that? Oh, so this friend also and I go play pickleball on Wednesday, late afternoons, evenings. And last few weeks I just haven't been enjoying it. And I was like, is it me? Is it the vibe? There's been some out-of-towners that have been coming that are supposed to be coming with people, but their people weren't showing up and they were just coming. They're very aggressive people. And I've just, you know, I don't want to say that I don't enjoy playing against them, but I hit the ball so people can return it. I like to volley. I like to play and have fun. I'm not here to like spike it on somebody and just, you know, I want to volley. I want to have fun. That's what I love about it. And they're just like slam it, spike it, you know, just, I don't know, just, it doesn't feel like in the spirit of a small town rec group pickleball game. And so my friend and I played against this couple from away, and I'm just like, you know, and then a couple more came in that were from away, and I'm just like, you know, do you want to go outside and see if we can find a place to play? Because we had our outdoor balls and we had our own rackets. So it was like, you know what, let's just take it outside. It was crowded. I knew it was going to be a lot of waiting around to play. And I'm like, we're here for exercise and for fun. And I just knew that neither of those things were really going to be excellent that night. And so we went outside and made our own fun. It was so much fun. We played for 2 hours. I'm still sore because we played so hard out there on the tar and having to have the whole side of the net to ourselves. It was pretty crazy, but it was pretty fun. And that's the other thing I want to leave you with today. Do your own thing, have fun, make your own fun, and live the advice that you give. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll chat with you in the comments. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.